In a deep valley where the sun rarely shined, the winters were long and brutal. The village of High Rock was always freezing. But there was one boy named Orion who never felt the cold. Orion had a special gift. Inside his chest, he carried a magical, glowing ember. It was the fire of pure empathy. Because of this fire, Orion was always warm. He was always smiling. He had endless energy and a heart full of love. One evening, Orion saw a neighbor shivering in the snow. Orion felt a deep sadness for the man. So he reached into his chest, pulled out a small piece of his glowing fire, and gave it to the neighbor. Instantly, the neighbor became warm. He thanked Orion, smiled, and walked away. Orion felt a beautiful feeling in his heart. I helped someone, he thought. I am a good person. This is my purpose. The next day, word spread about Orion's gift. 2 more people came to him, crying about the cold. Orion gave them both a piece of his fire. Then 5 people came. Then 10. Orion never said no. He could not stand to see anyone unhappy. Even when he was tired, he gave. Even when his chest started to ache, he gave. He believed that if he gave enough, the whole village would love him, respect him, and protect him. He was terribly wrong. Months passed. The winter grew harsher, and a dark change happened in the village of High Rock. The people stopped saying thank you. They no longer asked for Orion's fire as a favor. They demanded it as a right. When Orion walked down the street, people would grab his arm and take a piece of his warmth without even looking him in the eye. One day, Orion felt incredibly weak. His fire was getting small. He sat down by a tree to rest. A young man came up to him and demanded a piece of fire to warm his house. Please, Orion whispered, his hands shaking. I am very tired today. My fire is weak. Can you wait until tomorrow? The young man's face twisted in anger. You are selfish, the man shouted. I am freezing, and you are keeping all the warmth for yourself. I thought you were a good person, Orion, but you are cruel. The words hit Orion like a knife. Selfish? He had given them everything. But the fear of being disliked was too strong. Orion panicked. He apologized quickly, reached into his chest, and gave the man a large piece of his fire. The man took it and walked away without a word, leaving Orion coughing in the snow. Orion realized a terrifying truth. When you give too much, people do not see your kindness. They only see your weakness. They do not respect you. They expect from you. And the one time you say no, they will treat you like a villain. Then came the great blizzard. The worst storm in 100 years hit the valley. The village panicked. Dozens of people ran to Orion's house. They banged on the door. Give us fire! Give us everything! They screamed. Orion was terrified, but his good heart took control. He opened the door and let them take it. He gave and gave and gave until there was nothing left. His chest, which used to glow with bright, beautiful light, became an empty, dark hole. The villagers took the last of his warmth and ran back to their comfortable homes, locking their doors against the storm. Orion fell to the floor. For the first time in his life, he felt the freezing cold. It pierced his bones. He was dying. He crawled out into the snow and dragged his bleeding body to the house of the neighbor he had helped first. He knocked on the door. Please, Orion cried out. I am freezing. I gave you my fire. Please, just let me inside for the night. The neighbor opened a small window, looked at Orion, and frowned. I am sorry, Orion. My house is full. And if I open the door, The cold wind will come in. You should have saved some fire for yourself. The window shut. The lock clicked. Orion crawled to the next house, and the next. Every single door was locked. The people who had called him a savior when he was useful now pretended they could not hear him when he was empty. The physical cold was terrible, but the heartbreak, the betrayal, was a pain so deep it destroyed his soul. Orion curled up in the snow, closed his eyes, and waited to die. Orion did not die. He woke up inside a dark cave. There was a small fire crackling in front of him. Sitting across the fire was an old man with a face full of scars, wearing a heavy wolfskin coat. "Why did you save me?" Orion whispered, his voice broken. "I have nothing left to give you." The old man poked the fire with a stick. "I did not save you to take from you, boy. I saved you because you are a fool who needs a lesson." Orion looked down, tears falling from his eyes. "I just wanted to be a good person. I just wanted them to love me." The old man laughed. It was a harsh, dry sound. "You do not understand human nature, boy. If you lie down on the ground to let people walk over you, they will eventually complain that you are not flat enough." The old man leaned forward, his eyes fierce. "You think you were being kind, but you were being weak. You gave away your life because you were afraid of their anger. You bought their fake love with your own blood. Tell me, boy, where is the honor in destroying yourself for people who do not even care about your name?" Orion stared at the flames. The truth was ugly, but it was real. "Listen to me carefully," the old man said softly. "Do not set yourself on fire to keep ungrateful people warm." Orion stayed in the cave for a long time. Slowly, a new fire began to grow in his chest. But this fire was different. It was not a soft, desperate light. It was fierce. It was controlled. When he finally returned to the village, the people rushed toward him. "Orion is back!" they cheered. "We are cold! Give us your fire!" A man reached out to grab Orion's arm. But Orion did not flinch. He did not apologize. He simply looked the man in the eye and said one word: "No." The village went silent. The man looked shocked. "What do you mean, no? You have to. It is your duty." "My only duty," Orion said, his voice calm and unbreakable, "is to protect my peace. My fire belongs to me. I will share it with those who respect it. I will share it with those who share theirs with me. But I will never again give it to a thief." Orion walked through the crowd. Some people called him names. Some people were angry. But for the first time in his life, Orion did not care. Because as he walked away from the anger, he realized something beautiful. The heavy weight of trying to please everyone was finally gone. He was free. The life lesson: stop being too nice. Stop breaking your own rules to keep other people happy. Stop being a therapist for people who never ask how your day was. Being kind is a beautiful thing, but kindness without boundaries is self-destruction. When you learn to say no, people might get angry. Let them be angry. Their anger is proof that they were using you. The people who truly love you will respect your boundaries. The people who get mad at your boundaries were only benefiting from your lack of them. Guard your energy. Protect your heart. You are not a battery for the world to drain. Value yourself enough to walk away from anyone who only loves you when you are useful.